hate to see a creature get put down like that. But trolls have no business in Hogsmeade.
Fascinating, truly fascinating. Wish I had the end.
I wonder if I'm safe to explore in there.
You made it!
I take it this means you had some luck at the library?
It took a few hours and some eye-watering maps, but I think this might be the cave Doran told us about.
Impressive. Especially with how little information he gave us.
Well, I'm still not sure this is the cave, but it did seem the most promising. I stumbled across some folklore about a cave in the area that people avoid. Seemed the perfect place to hide something of value. It's a bit of a leap, I confess, but might a mysterious item such as a special moonstone be hidden in an equally mysterious cave? I think I'm desperate for anything at this point.
Did you discover why people avoid this cave?
Ridiculous, really. Rumor was that the cave drove people mad. I couldn't find any account by someone who had been in the cave, though. So either it is a rumor, or anyone who went in wasn't in any state to speak of it afterwards.
Well, we're here. We might as well have a look.
Agreed. I wonder if you'd go blind from staring directly at a moonstone.
Revelio. Bombarda.
You don't think the rumors about the cave are true, do you?
I suppose we'll find out, won't we?
Revelio. Confringo.
What is going on with them?
Bombarda. Revelio. Incendio. Lumos.
Lumos.
Repulso.
I beg your pardon?
This must be how the rumor about the cave started. The Fwooper's song
Revelio.
is said to drive anyone who hears it mad.
Accio. Revelio.
If the Moonstone is here and so are
Accio.
Fwoopers, I wonder if it's being protected. Why am I not surprised? First the Fwoopers and now this.
Revelio.
We need to find moths for those spinners.
Accio. Lumos.
Lumos.
Repulso. Accio.
Perhaps the runes on the walls have something to do with finding the moths.
Lumos.
Lumos!
Repulso. Accio. Repulso. Accio.
Another obstacle. No matter. I'm sure we can work
Revelio.
out a way across.
Accio.
Lumos.
Repulsor.
Merlin, it's beautiful.
Lumos.
Repulsor.
Lumos. Lumos. Lumos.
You did it! I was hoping we wouldn't have to do this.
Area. Confringo. Defender. Revelio. Bombarda. Revelio.
Look, where the water's bubbling. How odd.
Should we take a closer look?
You read my mind. Merlin, it's even more beautiful close up. It's got to be here, I just know it.
Bombarda.
Given what Fwoopas are known to do, I never thought I'd be so happy to see this many of them.
I don't know. I've been listening to them for a while now, and I'm starting to lose my mind.
Confringo.
I was just thinking how it's proof that poachers haven't been here, assuming this is where the Moonstone is. Which means we're one step ahead of them. We found it! Well, we found what we came for.
Revelio.
Now we just need to bring it to the henge.
Well done, Poppy. This did end up being the right cave after all.
A good thing, too. We need every advantage over the poachers if we're to get to the Snidgets first. We should do as Doran suggested and bring the Moonstone to the henge.
Shall we?
We shall. If we leave now, we should make it there by nightfall. That's the henge, precisely where Doran said it would be. But now that we're here, I'm not entirely sure how to feel. We knew we were at the cave for the Moonstone, but Doran didn't tell us what to expect when we placed the stone in the henge.
Whatever it is, it had better have to do with Snidgets.
The clock is ticking in that regard, isn't it? Let's make our way down. We're nearly at the end of this. I think that's it over there.
How's your gran doing, by the way?
Nothing keeps Gran down. She set up a caterwauling that set foot on her doorstep. I still feel terrible that I'm the reason they went there.
Surely she'll be pleased you've gone after the Snidgets.
I hope so. Gran understands how important it is to protect those who need it.
Whoa!
Oh. That was a mooncalf dance. Do you know how rare it is to see even one? They only ever happen under a full moon. Though I suppose the moonstone allowed it to happen now.
Is the pattern they left behind on the ground normal?
All part of the dance. No one pattern is ever this. Can't wait to tell Gran I've managed to see not one, but
You've seen this before?
it was pure. Well, the night.
I'd love to hear about how you and Highwing met.
I'd actually like you to know. About 5 years ago, Highwing had been captured by poachers. At first, they planned to sell her, but soon decided they wanted to kill her instead. More money, I suppose. I'd finally had enough. I freed Highwing and we ran. We'd flown for ages when I spotted mooncalves dancing below and we landed to watch them. It felt like an omen. A good one. A sign that the worst was over.
What do you mean you'd had enough and the worst was over?
You see, the night I freed Highwing was also the night I ran away from home. A poacher camp. I come from a family of poachers.
Merlin? I don't know what to say, Poppy. I can't imagine what that must have been like for you.
I never fitted in, but the older I got, the more apparent it became. Gran tried for years to convince my parents to let me live with her. Suffice it to say, when I left with Highwing, I flew straight for her house.
How brave. I'm glad you escaped.
So am I. There were so many creatures I was unable to help when I was younger. Now that's all I want to do.
From everything I've seen, you're doing precisely that.
I've had a bit of help. I've never told anyone any of this, but I'm glad that you know. It's nice to have someone to talk about it with.
Do your parents know about the things you do now? Saving that dragon from the fighting ring, for instance.
We don't speak, or rather, they don't speak to me. Last I heard, they were in Borneo trying to make their fortunes there. Acromantulas. However, I wouldn't be surprised if word has got back to them. Some days a part of me hopes that it has. Now that I'm older, I wish I could talk to them.
We were around so many poachers in the tent. Were you not worried about being recognized?
Poachers are nomadic, and most of the ones in the area aren't any I'd grown up with. That said, I suspect
I'm glad you told me.
we should get back to Doran. He'll need to see the symbol, and we've got poachers to beat. If you collect the moonstone, I can make a quick drawing of the symbol for Doran.
Are you finished with the drawing?
Just barely.
Didn't the journal say the key to finding the Snidget lies in the moonlight?
Of course! That's it! Perhaps we should head back to the castle and we can track.
Agreed. I'm ready to leave if you are.
Incendio. Imperial.
You will pay for your deed.
Defender. Places. Bombarda. Incendio. Bombarda. Expelliarmus. Cabalso. Defender. Incendio. Revelio. Incendio. Descendo. Incendio. Confringo. Revelio.
I think I know where we can find Doran. Meet me in the Forbidden Forest and we can tell him about the symbol the Mooncalves made.
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle. That's Archie and Mrs. Bickle. Agapes, Filbert.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is like...
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in... And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
Very well. I'll speak with...
I knew I could rely... We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Glad you came. Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
Glad you came.
Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it. But perhaps...
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be...
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill. Mr. Hill... We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie...
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret I've been able to cover, but I can't keep it out for much."
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. Of course, none of this bodes well.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have...
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns.
We're on the right track. Now to find the last... friends. Agabus Filbert must be around.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with...
Oh, tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak, but I feared Harlow's...
You may have shared Mr. Bickle's fate if you had spoken out against Harlow as he requested.
Unfortunately, I suspect you're right.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, one day Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified. I watched helplessly. I was shaken to my...
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind?
I suppose I have no choice. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty. It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there. Be around here somewhere.
Revelio.
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Revelio.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quick. The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward.
Accio.
A hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
Revelio.
to be sure I'm not seen.
I hope Rookwood knows what he's doing. What?
Revelio.
He'd better notice is all I can say. I'm better than the lot of them put together, and it's time Rookwood saw it.
It's exhausting. Standing here all day waiting to do Rookwood's work for him. He can fight his own battles. I could use a fire whiskey right now.
I wouldn't go back to Pit upon Ford if they was giving out galleons.
Revelio.
Patrol for what? Nothing ever happens. Rookwood will lead us to victory. I'm sure there's something there.
Troll you are!
Confringo. Imperial.
Rookwood, don't go down. Quite conductive, aren't we?
Not so tough now, are ya?
The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have us back.
Revelio.
Revelio.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Dago! Revelio.
Natty must be here somewhere. Revelio. Confringo.
Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Revelio.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this. Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it would. Now, you best stand back.
Bombarda.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Lumos.
Lumos!
Bombarda.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to her.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashbinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe...
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking...
Yes, officer. Do you have enough evidence to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot?
Well, it's certainly a good start. We shall see. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon, after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
And you say they made it after you placed the Moonstone?
Do you know why or what it means? Does it have to do with the Snidgets?
The breadth of one's knowledge can be as wide as the seas, and yet only run so deep.
It's good to see you again, Doran. Did Poppy tell you about everything that's happened?
She did, and I am glad to see that you are both safely returned. I did question the wisdom of sending you on a path at a time when that path was unknown at best, deadly at worst. But the acumen of the Centaurs is neither personal nor partial.
You knew the poachers would try and kill Poppy and me.
I did not know, my young friend. But I shall say that I was not surprised.
I don't suppose you'd like to start from the beginning. I think Poppy and I could use that.
Of course. I find it is... Many, many moons ago, I divined a series of events. Their meaning long evaded me, until you brought news of... I believe the symbol created by the Mooncalves dance marks the place the snitch...
Please, go on.
I have seen that symbol only once. You should make haste there.
If you're right about this place, then we should make our way there.
I shall see you there. We cannot afford to lose the Snidgets once again.
are the talk of the school since you saved Mr. Rabe and I from the Ashwinders. We have come so far. We should discuss the next steps in our plan to stop Harlow.
Oh, did you see that?
How remarkable.
I got here as soon as I could.
Of course Doran implied as much, but to see...
Could this actually be where this...
Let's find out.
I'm ready if you are.
Can you believe it? Actual Snidgets. I'm glad we seem to be a step ahead of the poachers.
It is a little strange we haven't heard anything from them.
If we're lucky, they're still poring over Gran's research. There was a fair amount. We, on the other hand, had Doran to guide us. Even if the poachers do somehow stumble upon this place, we shall be long gone.
Greetings.
I hope we haven't kept you waiting long, Doran.
Not at all. Then again, it is not I who awaits your arrival. Do you have the Moonstone with you?
We do.
Good. It is as important to what happens next as both of you are.
So, what does happen next? What are these pillars here?
A safeguard, I suspect. There is only one way to find out. And as for how to go about that, the two of you may know better than anyone.
Revelio. Accio.
I wonder if the pillars move at all.
Accio. Accio!
Perhaps it has to do with the light and the darkness.
Accio! Accio!
Perhaps it has to do with the light and the darkness.
Accio!
Perhaps it has to do with the light and the darkness.
Accio!
Oğlum, bir tanesi de buraya vuruyor işte.
Accio! Revelio! Accio!
Perhaps it has to do with the light and the darkness.
Accio! Accio!
has to do with the light and the darkness.
Accio!
That did it! Look, Doran, a doorway!
I suspect we all know what lies beyond that passage. And now, I'm afraid I must leave you. At least for a time.
You're not coming in with us.
Revelio.
So many books.
You haven't seen my grand study. Look at the murals on the
Confringo.
wall. They're all creatures. This place
Incendio.
must have been built to protect them. They had nothing to fear.
What makes you say that?
The poacher camps always felt oppressive. It's hard to explain, but the feeling was palpable. At least to me. The sense I get here is of safety and calm. Quite the opposite of the poacher camps.
Revelio. Bombarda. Confringo. Bombarda. Revelio.
I'll wager this isn't the dead end it seems to be. But how to get through?
Lumos.
Lumos!
Confringo. Lumos.
Lumos!
Revelio.
Whoever built this place certainly liked to read.
And the books are all about creatures.
Well, Bran would love it here.
She would.
Bombarda.
I can't wait to tell her all about it.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Depulso. Glacius. Glacius. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Plates on the floor have symbols on them.
Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Glacius. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Accio. Incendio!
Of course. How clever. Look at this place.
Revelio.
What was that?
I'll check your pockets after you're dead.
Potato!
Avoiding
Confringo!
back for the ball.
Incendio!
You'll have to fight eventually. Incendio! Confringo! Not send you around like a... What have you done?
Incendio!
A little prude.
Imperial! Real quick.
Ready your wands. The fight.
Trick.
Incendio!
Use the brains of an... You won't escape again.
Incendio!
Pathetic.
Now, next to Molten.
I won't... Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. Confringo!
I've never been one for gardening.
I think that was all of them.
Are the two of you unharmed? I had hoped to return before it was too late.
We're fine, but if you hadn't got here when you did, I left them here, Doran.
You fought with us against your kind. I am glad to have witnessed this. I now believe all that Doran told me.
They are the ones I saw.
Finish your work here, brother. All the events you divined have not yet come to pass.
Glacius!
There they are. Now, all that remains is to break the charm.
You want us to... I only ever wanted to see them safe, which they are. You should do it. Merlin, they're lovely. But what happens now? They can't care for themselves, and surely once word gets out of their reappearance...
No harm will come to them. The centaurs will see to that. You have my word.
Thank you, Doran, for helping us to find them and to fight for them.
It is you who deserves the merit, child. You did what the poachers would never have. Remember that. You both fought bravely today. Allow us to carry the mantle from here.
If it's all right, Doran, I think I'd like to stay behind and spend a little more time with the Snidgets.
Confringo!
Revelio.
Confringo! Not my fault you're a deadly great spider. Incendio!
Incendio. Incendio.
Petrificus totalis! Protego! Stupid! Confringo!
Revelio. Incendio. Revelio.
That wasn't too hard. Mysterious and a bit unsettling. What to do?
Sebastian has gone too far. You saw what lies in the catacomb. I cannot stay here.
Wait.
Ominous. He was willing to put the whole hamlet and himself in danger on the chance that some old relic could help to heal me. I'm sorry, Ominous. Make sure he's all right, will you?
I'm glad you're here.
I received your owl. Where's Sebastian?
Inside the catacomb. Frankly, I was surprised you weren't with him.
Ominous,
Stop. You swore you wouldn't let Sebastian take this one step further. Yet here we are.
He won't listen to reason.
I should have stopped him before. Sebastian's in real trouble now. I'm going back into the catacomb to find him. Anne's right. He and the entire hamlet are in danger. The place is crawling with Inferi.
Inferi? What are you talking about?
You'll see. We need to hurry. Sebastian must not be in his right mind.
Last time we were here, this place was crawling with spiders.
We're about to face worse. Let's find Sebastian quickly.
Accio! Where was Sebastian when you and Anne found him?
Just ahead. In the great room. Imperio!
Bombarda! Expelliarmus!
There weren't this many in theory before.
And there's no sign of it.
Hold on a moment. I was so worried about Sebastian I didn't even realize. Anne's gone to get Solomon. When she first saw the Inferi, she thought Sebastian was being attacked. But then he showed her the relic and said he'd learned how to use it.
The carvings on the relic were Inferi, and Sebastian somehow created them.
Not exactly. He's controlling them. This is powerful dark magic. Creating Inferi is incredibly difficult, but controlling them... As Anne and I frantically barricaded the... When Anne said she couldn't stay here, I didn't realize what she meant.
Solomon threatened to go to the headmaster if he heard of Sebastian dealing with dark magic.
I need to get to Hogwarts. I must get to Professor Black first. Twist the story a bit, make him think it's a family fight. I'll be back as soon as I can. See if you can talk... Be careful.
Confringo! Bombarda! Confringo! Accio. Accio.
Guardian Leviosa.
Accio.
Guardian Leviosa.
There's Sebastian.
Isn't this incredible?
Sebastian.
I told you, the relic is the answer. I've been trying to reverse the dark magic that injured Anne, but this will allow me to control it. Just as I can control the Inferi.
Control? I had to fight the Inferi all the way.
What have the two of you done? Accio relic!
The relic!
You'll pay for this!
The two of you have gone too far! I'm ending this now!
Glacier! That relic will save Anne!
Places! Levio! Incendio! Levioso!
Fringo! Levioso!
Isn't this incredible? Glaciers! That relic is going to save Anne!
Bombarda! Protego! Stupid! Imperio!
Incendio!
Defender!
Incendio! Levioso! Incendio! Levioso!
Fringo!
Glacier!
Sorry, it had to be done. Levioso!
Defender!
You're supposed to protect us!
I am protecting you, you boy!
Defender! Imperio!
Protego!
Defender!
Now you've gone too
Period. Confringo. Defender.
She cannot be healed, Sebastian. You must stop.
I won't let her suffer. Avada Kedavra!
Order!
No!
You've made your choice.
Oh, Anne. What have you done? I must get out of here.
I can't let him leave. Sebastian, wait! Stop, Sebastian. Hold on. Accio.
Confringo! What is it?
Why wouldn't you stop? I was calling after you.
Anne won't survive this. She's withering away, inside and out. Solomon's never been there for us. He gave up on Anne. I'll never give up on her. You saw him, didn't you? He was going to ruin her life. He attacked us. I had to use the killing curse. You know I did. If I hadn't known how to cast it...
You went too far, Sebastian.
I can't think right now. I need to leave. I can't stay here. I need to find Ominous.
Sebastian.
Please, I'm not myself right now. Let's meet later at the Undercroft, all right?
Onlara kadavra vermedi. Lan hayır. Of ya.
I can't let him leave. Sebastian, wait! Stop, Sebastian. Hold on.
Not sure what I did to deserve that. What is it?
Why wouldn't you stop?
Anne won't survive. He gave... You saw him. If I hadn't known...
He did attack us. You had no choice. It was brave, Sebastian.
I knew you'd understand.
You did. I would have done the same.
I could teach you.
No time like the present.
The killing curse won't be easy to master, as with all unforgivables. Hold your wand steady. Focus. The incantation is Avada Kedavra. Your intention must be clear. I can't stay here. I need to find Ominous.
Sebastian.
Please, I'm not myself right now. Let's meet later at the Undercroft, all right?
one less human to worry about.
This looks like trouble.
Enjoy suffering, do you?
When are you going to give up? You can't stop us. Ha! Move of a coward.
Revelio.
Just the person I was hoping to see.
I see Doran finally convinced you to leave the Snidgets.
If anyone can keep them out of poacher hands, it's the centaurs. And I wanted to thank you. When the poachers ambushed us, it was nice not to face them alone.
Of course. It's the sort of thing friends do for each other, isn't it?
I suppose so. I am glad you came to Hogwarts. It's already been my best year. I wouldn't want a repeat of Horntail Hall, of course, but I did enjoy the Three Broomsticks. Had no idea how lovely it was there.
Had you never been to the Three Broomsticks?
I used to spend most of my time with Highwing, and well, Highwing's the only one I would have gone with.
Highwing is nice company, but perhaps it's time to add a few more friends to your circle.
I am starting to see the appeal of human friends. It was nice to talk about my pet.
It has all been a pleasure, Poppy. Do try and stay out of trouble.
Don't know that I can. We've taken on poachers and with centaurs as allies. You and I should meet for a butterbeer soon. Perhaps Highwing can join us?
Said that travel broadens the mind.
She's devastated. She just buried your uncle alone.
I did it for her.
Sebastian, Anne can't bear the thought of turning you in, but...
What? Turn me in? She saw what happened.
I'll give you some time to think, Sebastian.
Bombarda! Turn me in.
Sebastian.
Did you hear that? You saw what happened. I never wanted to hurt my uncle.
I know.
I can't believe he's gone. How did things go so wrong? I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to... Oh, Anne, I was only trying to help. I can't leave now. Anne needs me more than ever. You understand. You can talk to Ominous. Make him understand. He listens to you. I need to be with Anne.
I don't know what to do, Sebastian.
You don't know. You do know. Anne has no one. I regret everything I did. I know what I did was wrong. I only hope she can forgive me. That everyone can forgive me. No matter what happens from here. I'm glad we met.
Poor Sebastian.
Ominous?
What a mess. I can't believe it. After I last saw you, I went straight to Hogwarts. Before I had time to talk to Black, I heard from Anne. I rushed to Feldcroft and found her with Solomon's body. She was beside herself with grief. Part of her wants Sebastian to face the consequences, another part can't bear the thought of it. I don't want to lose Sebastian, but I don't think we have a choice.
We don't have a choice. You're right. You were right the entire time.
I wish I hadn't been. If we do this, we may never see Sebastian again.
I realize that, but it's the right thing to do. He killed his uncle. We've tried to justify his actions every step of the way, but this has gone too far. It has to stop.
Very well. Leave it to me. Farewell for now. Whatever lies ahead, we must face it together. That I know.
Ah, I have been meaning to speak with you.
Revelio. I still can't.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors. Unfortunately, she might...
I don't blame her for being concerned. We have been involved in some dangerous activities.
As the Ashwinders were locking me up and threatening my life, it did occur to me that my mother may have been right.
Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland,
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form, and then he was gone.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. My mother and I tried to go on without him. A few years later...
I'm sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been...
He was. We all have our burdens.
Yes, I remember...
Exactly. We are making Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received. Would you please meet with me in the Great Hall? I have come upon a difficult time, and I need a friend.
Confringo! Bombarda!
improvements here. Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
Confringo!
Some days are more difficult.
Natty, is everything all right?
But this is not one of those times. He should still be here.
It's not your fault, Natty. There's nothing you could have done to prevent it.
That is what my mother says. But he died I find myself reliving the moment more often than I would. I believe I would feel less helpless if I could truly put an end to Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's miserable lot. Of course, you have put an end to Rookwood, and that will benefit many for years to come. With Harlow on the prowl...
I agree, Natty. We'll get him.
Thank you. Thank you for speaking with me. It was very helpful. Please meet me as soon as possible. I received an interesting owl from Joanna Bickle about Harlow. Are you ready to finish Harlow?
I'm ready to finish Harlow once and for all. What is your plan?
I received an owl from Mrs.
But she warned us to stay out of it.
Precisely.
Harlow knows that we saved Archie.
I do not believe it did.
But now we have the upper.
We are stronger than Harlow, and he knows.
Agreed. Let's finish this.
Brilliant. Harlow's reign ends today.
Perhaps we ought to inform Officer Singer of our plans.
I already sent her an owl to let her know that we were following a lead given to us by Mrs. Bicker.
Are you concerned she might tell your mother?
Indeed she will, but so be it. I am tired of hiding it from her. My mother needs to understand that I will not be safe from the Ashwinders until everyone is. I shall pursue them until they are finished, and I think she knows that. As
Where
do
is he?
you. I do not know. We should look around.
No more happy area.
Just warming up.
Knew you were still
Cynthia! Confringo.
You will pay for your deeds.
Expulso!
Little Nat Sione, innit? And her excruciatingly loyal companion. You two have done quite a bit of damage to my business interests. But I must grudgingly give you some credit. What was once a mere annoyance has become remarkably problematic. Fortunately, I pride myself on my problem-solving skills.
Do you really believe that you are somehow in control?
Are you sure you are up for a visitor?
Yes, Mother. I feel fine, and it will do me good to see my friend.
Very well. But do not overdo it, Natsai.
I know, Mother.
Accio!
It is good to see you, my friend.
I'm glad to see you're doing so well.
I am doing better than it appears. I am only here because my mother insisted, just to be safe. I was relieved when she told me that you were all right.
Only because of you. How are you feeling?
Well, I've had better days, but Nurse Blaney says that I am on the mend.
I'm sorry, Natty. It's my fault you got hurt.
What? No! Do not blame yourself for this. The moment that I saw Harlow aim his wand at you, well...
You did what came naturally.
I suppose it was instinct. Yes. I could not simply stand there and let you get hurt.
Then I shouldn't feel guilty.
Of course not. There was nothing that you... Oh. Oh my. I cannot believe that it took me this long to see it. He made a choice. Based on instinct, my father. You, my friend, are no more to blame for my injuries today than I am to blame for my father's sacrifice years ago.
From what I know of him, it seems there's a lot of your father in you.
That's very kind of you to say. I hope that you are right. This has all been a bit much, hasn't it? Taking down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot. But we have done it. Rookwood is dead, Harlow is on his... A few of the dregs will still be about, fighting for their lost cause.
Everything is safer now because of us.
Thank you, but you, my fellow traveler, have I believe your friendship to be one of the... Thank you for coming to visit me. It is always good to see you.
Victor Rookwood is dead. He confronted
Godric's heart.
He would have killed me once he found the repository, if not before. I had no choice.
You're right. You had no choice. You did what you had to do. With Harlow in custody and Rookwood gone, the wizarding community owes you a great debt.
Thank you for saying so, Professor. I'm ready for what's next.
All right, then. The Keepers have been waiting.
I should hope that the enchantments protecting the castle would protect against an incursion from below.
I fear they may not. Although, if they don't now, I can assure you they will in the future.
Were you able to reach Professor Weasley?
I was. Hopefully she and the others will arrive soon. They know where to find the door through which we entered. Let's go. If his loyalists are here, he cannot be far behind.
Still smells glance off of it.
Area.
Oh, this frightening thing. I'm a goblin, not a toy!
We need to press on. Ranrock must be here somewhere.
This drill stands between us and him. We need to move it.
I shall handle it. One moment. Let's go. I see it, and I don't know.
Bombarda! Professor, that wall, that's the way forward.
Very perceptive, my young friend. It worked. Let's go. Lumos! Ranrock must be getting closer to finding the repository.
I fear you're right, Professor. There's nothing we can do but keep searching.
Lumos! Listen. More goblins up ahead.
Not quite. Prepare to surrender.
I will have my revenge!
You two against Red Rock Dusty.
Places.
This doesn't
These tunnels haven't brought us much luck so far.
Bombarder.
We're getting closer. That way.
The goblins have somehow evaded the castle's defensive charms.
Time to move. We're in the thick of it now.
We'll show these beasts who's in charge. Your timing couldn't be better, Professor Hackett.
Thank you, Professor. Stop him!
Aren't you going to leave some for the rest of us?
We shouldn't be happy.
Little moon cub. A miss. Expulso!
That's our way forward.
The wand! Quickly!
We made it.
I'm relieved we got here before Ranrock.
I can't believe this is it. The repository has been under the castle for hundreds of years.
Think of all... Miriam believed this forgotten magic could be used for such good. But she did not know the risks. She did not see what the Keepers have shown you. What Isadora showed you. You are now the Keeper of whatever power it holds. What do you intend to do with it?
Açmaya niyetlim dedi. Ne oluyor ki acaba?
I plan to leave the repository as it is.
I'm pleased to hear that. I've been thinking.
What is it, Professor?
I spent all year trying to keep our journey a secret from everyone, including Professor Weasley. But now I wonder if I should have shared it with her, and the others, sooner. Trusted them more. The Keepers wanted this secret to be locked away forever. How long will you keep it?
I plan to keep it secret for now. But in time, when I'm ready, I plan to tell those I trust everything and accept their help.
I believe that is what Miriam would have wanted. We should trust in others. If anyone can rise to this challenge, my friend, it is you.
The arrogance of...
It's feeding off the power from the repository.
Your beautiful magic is no match. Mine, child.
My spells are having no effect on the dragon. That's the trick. Now, Ranrock. Protect yourself again. Not for long.
There seems to be some fight in you after all. No matter. I shall rid you of it. Come closer, young creature.
You can't stop me. Two sources of power. Ha! Don't like that. How long are you going to keep up this charade? You can't run forever, Ranrock.
Give up now.
There's nowhere to hide now, Ranrock.
That your death is swift.
Not so powerful now, are you, Ranrock? I know you're feeling it now, Ranrock. This ends here, Ranrock.
You think you can stop me?
I will defeat you. In Lodgok's memory. This is for Professor Fig.
Professor!
You need to contain it!
You are stronger than you know.
Professor.
Miriam. Miriam would have loved you, my young friend. The wizarding world could not be in more capable hands.
Professor Eleazar Fig. I dare say he was a beloved professor to many of you, certainly a long-standing colleague to his peers. A famed adventurer and seeker of knowledge, he built a reputation charging into the unknown, brazenly disregarding both discretion and safety, providing perhaps a rather unfortunate lesson for us all. His devotion to adventure was rivaled only by his dedication to Hogwarts. And of course, to his wife, Miriam, whom we lost much too soon as well. Yeah.
Professor Fig represented the best of all of us. He could be deviously clever, possessed a brilliantly inquisitive mind, and was the most loyal of friends. But perhaps it was his remarkable courage, for which we will all be forever indebted to him. If not for Professor Fig, well, I can say with confidence that if not for him, many of us, let alone Hogwarts, would not be here today. Those that knew him best will agree that we must now honor him as only Hogwarts can, by wisely, resourcefully, justly, and bravely facing all that lies ahead.
To Professor Fig!
Never imagined we'd attend a funeral for one of our professors. Glad Weasley spoke for Fig. She honored him. He'll be well remembered. I only wish we could have done the same for Solomon Sallow. I need to go and see Anne soon.
Ominous, there's something I need to tell you. It's to do with Victor Rookwood.
I heard a rumor that he confronted you outside of Ollivander's. Sounds as if you faced quite a fight.
The rumor's true, and I did. But it's not that. Just before Rookwood attacked, he uttered something familiar. The same words Anne heard before she was cursed. Children should be seen and not heard.
Wait, what are you saying?
It wasn't one of Ranrock's loyalists who cursed Anne. It was Victor Rookwood. It was Rookwood all along.
This can't be. The night Anne was cursed, all she saw were goblins.
You see, since Feldcroft was of interest to Ranrock, it became of interest to Rookwood as well. That's why Rookwood was there the night Anne was cursed. He was working with Ranrock. When he saw Anne, well, he didn't want anyone to know.
So he cursed her. Oh, so cruel. Rookwood got what he deserved. Thank you for telling me. Anne and Sebastian deserve to know, and it should come from me. As we discussed, I spoke with Black. Sebastian's with the headmaster now, but perhaps there's a way to get word to him. When I find out, I'll send an owl. have news about Sebastian. Meet me in the Undercroft as soon as you can.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Thank you for coming.
Ominous, I received your owl. What's happened with Sebastian?
He's been expelled, and will soon face trial at the Ministry. Although Anne wanted to turn him in, I think now she's torn. I confess I know how she feels. As much as we all wanted Sebastian to face the consequences of his actions. It will never be the same without him. Just standing here in the Undercroft without Sebastian feels wrong.
I never thought things would end this way. I hope we did the right thing.
I hope so too.
Were you able to tell Sebastian about Rookwood cursing Anne?
I was. Black let me talk to Sebastian before he left. At first he wouldn't believe it. Then he realized it all made sense. Unfortunately, his anger only grew towards goblins and dark wizards. Anne was shocked too, but in some sense relieved to know the truth about who was responsible. I think it brought her some peace.
I'm glad to hear it. She deserves peace.
She does. I know you two had grown close, that you were helping each other with more than just finding a cure for Anne. He means a lot. I know we had a bit of a rocky start, but you've proven yourself as a friend. I'm glad you came to Hogwarts.
O böyle ne ya?
Thing to do. I'm not impressed in the least.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
The Daedalian keys are back. Aren't they free?
Professor Weasley? You wanted to see me?
I did. We haven't had a chance to speak since I know you were quite close with Professor Fig.
Hogwarts won't be the same without him.
No, it won't. But I can assure you that he would want us to
Thank you, Professor.
You've had quite a... I've heard all sorts of rumors. You've ridden a graphorn, befriended a goblin, rescued hippogriffs, even somehow ingratiated yourself with the headless hunt.
How did you...
It's harder to keep secrets around here than one might suspect. I'm just glad you found such a good friend in Miss Sweeting. It's nice to see her engaging more with her classmates. There have evidently been Snidget sightings in the area lately. If the centaurs are to be believed, 2 Hogwarts students are behind it.
I'm certain I don't know what...
No need to discuss it further. What I would like to discuss is your wizard's field guide. May I see it?
Of course. What do you think, Professor?
I think you've been busy this year. I see some progress here, but quite a bit of your field guide has yet to be completed. Fortunately, you do have some time to prepare for your OWLs. I will confess, I had a sense about you from that. I am pleased to see that my instincts... To think you've only been with us a year and you'll already be taking your OW...
Thank you, Professor.
You are most welcome.